All right, let's get right into it. Every single competitive gamer out there is looking for that edge, right? The best gear, the fastest connection, the perfect strat. But what if the biggest thing holding you back isn't your rig, but your own biology? Today, we are going to break down the real price of those marathon gaming sessions and how a certain group of supplements might just be the ultimate upgrade for your vision.
I mean, really think about it for a second. You're hours deep into a grind, staring down opponents, tracking every single pixel on that screen. And then your performance starts to drop. You know the feeling. That's not just you getting tired. No, that's a very real biological thing happening inside your eyes. So the real question is, in that hunt for the win, what are you actually giving up?
And this leads us right to the central problem for any serious player. It's a total catch-22. You have to put in the hours to get good, but those very hours start to wear down your most critical asset for victory, your eyesight. Your ability to see clearly, to react in a split second, and to focus without that nagging strain, that's everything. And let's be clear, this isn't just about feeling worn out. For every single hour you're locked in, glued to that screen, your body is paying a price. The intense visual workout and the constant flood of light from the screen, well, they have real physical consequences. And the main bad guy in this story is something called blue light. It's this type of high-energy light that our screens are just constantly blasting out. Now, unlike other light, this stuff is sneaky. It can get past your eye's natural defenses and go deep, hitting the most sensitive part of your eye, the retina, directly. And that's where the trouble really starts.
So what does all adds up to is basically a constant attack, a siege on your eyes. So let's pull back the curtain and really assess the damage that this nonstop exposure is doing, both in the heat of the moment and over the long haul.
First up, the enemy we all know and hate, fatigue. You know that deep, burning, sandy feeling in your eyes that makes it so much harder to stay locked in, to track targets, and just keep your performance at its peak deep into a match. And right behind fatigue comes the blur. That frustrating loss of crisp, sharp focus. When the edges of your target start getting fuzzy, that's a direct hit to your in-game clarity. And let's be honest, that can literally be the difference between landing a headshot and a complete miss. And this is the most serious part. This isn't just you feeling uncomfortable for a little while. No, the science is really clear on this. This constant siege causes actual, underlying biological damage. We are talking about a real physical toll on the very cells that allow you to see. So the takeaway here is this isn't just a feeling, it's a measurable performance debuff. Studies show blue light can actually damage your photoreceptor cells. Those are the light-detecting cells in your retina. And when that happens, it directly leads to slower reaction times and a major hit to your visual clarity. Okay, but what if you could fight back? What if you could call in some specialized reinforcements? We're talking about backup designed to protect and even enhance your vision at a cellular level. Well, this is where a specific group of compounds called nootropics enter the game. So let's meet our first operative, astaxanthin. I want you to think of this as your frontline soldier in the war against eye strain. It's an incredibly powerful antioxidant with a very specific set of skills for this mission. And here's its mission briefing. Astaxanthin's main goals are to go head-to-head with that deep eye fatigue we talked about, and also to fight the motion blur that can totally screw up your tracking and accuracy in fast-paced fights. Basically, it helps you stay sharper for longer.
All right, next up, we're calling in a specialist unit, lutein and zeaxanthin. Now, these two, they work as a team. They're not really about fighting fatigue directly. They're your defensive line. Think of them as your built-in biological blue light filter.
So how does this duo actually work? Well, lutein forms this protective layer that acts as your main shield against that incoming blue light. And its partner, zeaxanthin, it's smart. It concentrates right in the center of your retina, the part responsible for your sharpest, most detailed vision. It also has this really cool, unique skill. It helps you recover from glare way faster. Seriously, think about recovering from a flashbang in-game. That's the kind of rapid response we're talking about here. Okay, our final agent is the support specialist of the team, blackcurrant. If the others are all about defense and endurance, blackcurrant is all about recovery and keeping the supply lines open. Its mission has two parts. First, it helps your eyes adapt and recover much more quickly when you're moving between bright and dark areas, something that happens constantly in a lot of games. And second, and this is super important,
It boosts blood flow to your eyes, which makes sure they have a steady supply of oxygen and nutrients to keep everything running at 100%.
So when you start putting all these different agents together, you're not just using individual tactics anymore. You have a complete strategy. You've basically built the ultimate loadout for your vision. And that's how you achieve mission success, by protecting, enhancing, and sustaining your most important asset on the field. So let's do a quick squad recap. You've got astaxanthin running point, reducing fatigue and blur. You've got lutein and zeaxanthin holding the line, creating that defensive shield and helping with glare. And you've got blackcurrant running support, handling recovery and keeping the supply lines open. It's a complete powerhouse team.
And all of this brings us to a really basic choice a lot of gamers make. You can go for a sugary energy drink, which, let's be real, is just a debuff in a can. It gives you jitters and nasty crash and absolutely zero benefits for your vision. Or you can choose a true biological upgrade, something that gives you targeted cellular support for performance that actually lasts and supports your long-term eye health.
And here's the bottom line. True top-tier performance. It's not about a temporary, chaotic sugar rush. That's a rookie mistake. Elite performance is all about sustainability and optimization.
It's about making a strategic investment in your own hardware. Look, you upgrade your GPU, you upgrade your mouse, you upgrade your monitor. This is about upgrading the single most important component in your entire setup, you.
And honestly, this just says it all, doesn't it? The best players in the world, they get this. They don't just practice their skills, they manage their bodies. They know that lasting at the top and hitting peak performance comes from intelligently managing their most valuable asset. So as we wrap this up, I'll just leave you with this one question to chew on next time you're getting ready for a session. Everyone out there is focused on upgrading their gear. The real question is, are you willing to upgrade the player holding the controller?